Take me to work. All right, today is Wednesday. Heading in for my production sales meeting with the contracting business. Things have been going pretty well there. I mean, actually, sales are off for the month. We're a little bit lower than we want to be. We got the main goal for the year, and we got to hit certain checkpoints to actually get there. But I'm going to try to turbocharge the next month. So we've got a goal. I don't know if we've ever in the history of the company did this, but hit a certain sales number for the month, and if we could hit that number, I kind of incentivized my son because he really wants a Cybertruck. I don't think it's a bad idea because it's great marketing for the company, gets a lot of eyes on it. He's running a lot of appointments, spending a lot of money on gas. Gas is pretty high right now. So, and the self-driving would be so nice for him to go to appointments and, for all of his driving around. So I told him if we hit that goal, I will invest in that Cybertruck. And we're obviously, he's going to drive for personal use too, so he's going to be paying half the payment. But so that's step one. Step two is I want to get a third Cybertruck for my project manager because he's driving around all over the place. So if we could have 3 on the road and then just go from there, the name of the company is Innovative Home Concepts. We've got a DBA of Innovative Windows and Siding. We're also Gutter Shutter of Chicago, and I think that's all the DBAs currently. But it's always been my idea to sell innovative, energy efficient products that make homes beautiful but also are very functional. And when we got into the whole storm restoration thing and we were 95% doing storm work like a storm chaser, we got away from that. And we're slowly but surely pulling away from the storm stuff, getting more into retail, really is trying to develop our reputation. What the fuck? I don't know why this thing does this sometimes. It's crazy. Okay. Alright. Started going the wrong way. Well, we're on the right path now. But we got away from all that. Now we're trying to get back onto a mid to high end exterior home improvements, working on top quality products, really forming good partnership relationships with the manufacturers, and there's a lot of benefits to doing that. And just having our name associated with those big nameplates is really worth a lot in the marketing world and in this business. There's a lot of guys running around that are probably honestly bigger than us, but they sell whatever, or they sell brands that no one's ever heard of, and God bless them if it's working for them. But honestly, I think it's a hell of a lot easier to brand yourself when you're associated with the bigger guys in the market. So that's the whole philosophy of what's going on there. As far as health, give me a little update on my health. Been continuing doing the peptides. The retatrutide has been doing great things for my appetite. I used to be like, I'd come home from work and I'd be like, what can I eat? And I'd eat snacks. And then we would eat dinner and then we'd be watching TV or whatever, relaxing, and I'd be like, well, let's make popcorn, or let's do this, or let's have ice cream. None of those cravings. I have not at all. And then, you know, like last night we went to dinner. Well, so yesterday for lunch, what did I have? Oh, we went out to lunch. I had like a skillet at a local restaurant. And then, you know, no snacks. Came home, I had a protein shake, and I was full. And that was probably 3:30 in the afternoon, 4 o'clock. And then we went to dinner at 6 to our pizza restaurant because my sister-in-law's in town. So we decided to go out to dinner. And we ordered wings, and I ate maybe 8 wings on the bone, and I was full. And the rest of the night I didn't eat anything. And then I went to volleyball. Got a minor knee injury, but so it kept me from playing. But I wasn't hungry at all. I had a couple of beers while I was watching. But you know, the red true tide really does work, and it really does. I mean, my wife's on it. She's lost 15 plus pounds in about, I think we're probably 2 months in now, which is good for her. And she's titrated her dose up to 4 milligrams a week, I think it is. Twice, she does 2 milligrams, 2 shots a week. And she's like, she's dropping a pound a day now, so, which is good because she has a lot more weight to lose than I do. On top of that, I'm on the Clo stack, which is the copper peptide, the BPC 157, TV 500, and the KPV. And with that, I've really noticed my skin feels a lot better. It's very soft. You know, they say like you get a glow. And yeah, I mean, I sat out, I had lunch, stayed home, worked from home yesterday. I had lunch out on the back deck. I was out there maybe a half hour. And I was like, wow, you're so tan. And I'm like, not that long, but it's like the stuff actually makes your skin glow. I mean, it's pretty crazy, but softer, glowing. I don't know about wrinkles and all that, but maybe. I don't really watch that much of that stuff, but I mean, I think that stuff's great. And then I was using the Wolverine stack at night. So I do the Clo 5 days a week in the morning. And then at night, I've been doing the Wolverine stack, the TV 500 and the BPC 157 for my tennis elbow. But it's been feeling a lot better. And then the day before yesterday, I don't know what happened. I'm calling it an old man injury or whatever, but so on Sunday I was working out. I was just doing some bicep curls, and I got like this this sharp pain in my back, and I could tell like, okay, I better let off. So I put the weights down. I just relaxed for about 5 minutes, kind of calmed down. I didn't flex it or try to mess with it. And then I went back and I tried to do more curls. And it was like I could tell it was the beginning of something, and if I would have pushed it, it would have got worse. So I totally stopped. Next day, I wake up, back's a little sore. I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna push it. I'm just gonna walk. So I'm like, it's a nice morning. I'll walk outside. then I'm like, oh, I'll put on this weight vest that I have because, I want to do that. So I put the weight vest on and I started walking. About 20 minutes into the walk, my knee starts to get a little sore, my left knee, and I'm like, I just want to do a half hour, And so it kept getting sore, more sore. I thought I could work through it. I finished the half hour, and then I'm walking in, and I'm limping, and it just killed going up the stairs into the house, and I'm just like, oh man. And that night, literally, it was just throbbing. I mean, I don't know, it must have been the friction of walking with the weight, because it's probably 30 pounds weight vest. And then, so that night, I decided to, instead of doing the Wolverine into my arm, I did it in my knee. And then the next day, I was still very sore. I skipped volleyball last night. And then last night, I did the Wolverine in the knee again. And today, it's still sore. I can feel it. I'm limping around. But it feels a lot better. So I don't know if it was just me not doing too much with it, or it's the Wolverine stack. I don't know. But it's feeling better, and I'm going to continue to shoot that Wolverine. I don't have a lot of that left, but I'll finish up what I have into my knee, and hopefully that'll help. I should get more and continue, because my idea was I was going to finish up. I was going to do about, I was thinking 6 weeks into my arm, and then I was going to switch it to my knees, because I have had knee issues before, and the little injury here kind of made me speed that up, so we'll see. And then the other thing I've been doing is the Tesmorelin, Ipamorelin combo at night. And I'm doing that mainly to try to burn visceral fat and, the effects that the Tesmorelin has on you. So we'll see. The big thing is to try to shrink my waist, because all my fat is in my waist. And so I've been doing that for about 3 weeks now. 4 weeks, 3 weeks. So we'll see. I'm going to continue doing that. One thing I did add to my vitamins that I've been taking some supplements. Just a lot of normal vitamins, but then like this other stuff that's supposed to raise your testosterone. I started taking generic Cialis, a low dose, 5 milligrams a day. And I think out of everything that I've done, that's really helped me the most. I don't know, like, every once in a while I get a little bit tired, a little worn out, and I kind of feel like my circulation isn't the best, and I get worried about, a lot of it I think is anxiety, almost like a panic attack, but I start to worry about having a heart attack or, a stroke or whatever. And I don't know, since I started taking, I think I've done 4 or 5 days now. Since I started taking it, I feel like my circulation is better. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of YouTube experts coming out saying how great it is for you, but so far, I felt great. Energy feels like it's up. Why I'm taking that is, my mom passed away when she was 60 years old from a stroke. She had signs, ignored them, didn't go to the doctor, ended up having a stroke. Couldn't really get to the, it was the whole progress that happened, but it ended up being a major stroke, and it So I know I've got that in my hereditary history, and then my grandmother passed away from a stroke, and she was younger. So I've got that two lines. On my dad's side, there's none of that. I mean, my grandmother passed away when she was 87. My grandfather lived to be 96, I think. So longevity on the dad's side. Mom's side, not so much. So I think my grandfather on my mom's side passed away around 70. So it's just, you need to know your history and try to do things. I mean, what I've noticed in the last 5 years is I feel like the evil grip of the medical industry has been loosened. I think a lot of people woke up to the shit that medical industry has been doing to us, and you know, now with AI, with a lot of the stuff going on with social media and YouTube and all this stuff, information getting out, and people doing a lot of just their own experimenting and researching, finding that some of these things they may have actually known about it, but they were suppressing it because it wouldn't make them any money. I mean, case in point, ivermectin. That stuff, there's all kinds of people coming out and using ivermectin and a couple other, you know, parasite drugs that they give to animals freely, now may actually, the mechanisms may actually help cure cancer. But the problem is, ivermectin it's an older drug, so they can't have a patent on it or a stranglehold on it, and they can't charge people up the ass for it, so they can't make their money, so they don't push it. I mean, it's just crazy. And then like these peptides, it's like the drug companies really want to try to control these peptides, but a lot of the information coming out from them is just anecdotal evidence from people using it and reporting on social media what effects it's having on them. And a lot of other stuff with the medical, but anyways, it just feels like that grip has loosened. People are going back to like looking at things that people did for years and years, what their grandparents did, what the great-grandparents did, what our ancestors did for health, you know, healthy, naturalistic things, you know, getting away from the food industry too, which you have to think is in cahoots with the medical industry, where they're just feeding you garbage, you know, preservatives and chemicals and things that make the food last longer so they make more money. But on the backside of it, it's just garbage and chemicals and poison that they're feeding people that don't kill you right away, but kill you over time. And, you know, basically feed into the medical system because they want you not to die, just to be sick. And continually sick, so they can continually treat you and give you drugs that you're on for the rest of your life. So it's an ugly thing, but it feels like it's loosening up. And I think with AI and the research and everything that AI can do, I think new discoveries, new philosophies, new protocols are going to be developed that are going to be magnificent in the next 5 to 10 years. And this AI, as it gets smarter and smarter, may figure out longevity. it may figure out how to make a human live 150, 200 years or more. So we'll have to see. It's an exciting time to be alive. You know, it's a scary time, but also exciting. So we'll see. All right, I'm at the office. I will talk to you later.